Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike, and today I want to talk to you about the G.I. Joe live stream for the 40th anniversary, kind of the reveals, kind of the updates, pricing, all that great stuff, kind of my thoughts on what's going on here. We're going to talk about each one of the reveals, some of the updates on the past ones, and also the long release dates for all these pre-orders that went up today. Talk about this coming up. Okay, first off, I want to talk about the Zartan for the G.I. Joe Classified, and I do think she looks really good. So I was kind of thinking maybe she is classic retro look and a little bit of modern, but I think she's pretty much all classic retro with a much better face, a much better head sculpt, and I like everything about it. I think they did really well, and she looks good. So I want to say a few things also that we've heard rumors about her. Obviously, it came true. We also have heard some rumors about more Dreadnoks coming in the future, and we're probably going to see those. So I'm pretty excited about it. But then again, most of the stuff that's getting pre-ordered now won't be available till March of 2023. So this figure is later in the year of 2023. So this is far away because it's just a digital render. So right on the heels of Zartan was Dusty, the Dusty reveal. Now, they didn't show any weapons or accessories for these digital renders. And for the figures that they have in hand, we get to see what their accessories are going to be. So with Dusty, he does look good. Very classic. I do like the approach they're going, the approach they're taking. Does have some modern stuff. Like, it looks like they actually have the straps to put on him and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure he's going to come with a backpack. And it looks like down below he's got a sheath for a knife. And of course he's going to come with a signature gun and all of that good stuff. So that really works out really well. He does have those goggles on his helmet, and I'm guessing they'll be the same kind of goggles that are removable and all that kind of stuff. But the big question that I have, are they going to use soft goods when it comes to his hood and that part that covers his neck? Now, I'm guessing no, and here's why. Because they didn't do that with the Viper, and they did not do that with Zartan. So with all of this, it still looks really great, really exciting, and I kind of look forward to picking this guy up when they actually put him out. Next, which probably is the coolest looking figure that they revealed today, and we get to see what the Crimson Guard looks like in the classified line. This does look amazing, and it looks super ultra classic based on the figure. There's a couple of minor upgrades that they talked about with it, but overall, this, I couldn't ask for a better version. I don't really think there's anything they could have done better than this, and yeah, it looks great. I'm very pleased with it, very happy with it. You can actually see his backpack back there. No accessories just yet, but you can see he's got 2 holsters, so he's going to come with a slew of guns and all that stuff. So outstanding. It just looks great. So I do like the way this looks. So probably the best looking figure that they revealed today. Now here we go with kind of a recolor, remold, reuse of the standard infantry, more or less. But for the Python Patrol color, this is an obvious cash grab, but a cash grab that a lot of collectors are going to like. And I think that I'm definitely going to pick one up. This is the Target exclusive, and no pre-orders up just yet, but does look great. I do like it, and I'm not surprised at all. I'm not shocked. We're probably going to get a whole slew of these, and we're probably going to get ones we never got back in the vintage era too, just because Hasbro loves repaints, of course. Okay, so here we go with a Tiger Force Recondo. Of course, Target exclusive and all that good stuff. And that tells me that we'll probably be getting a standard Recondo. And I like that. So whenever you see that they're going to do a Tiger Force or a Python Patrol, something that's not out yet, like the Outback, that tells us that down the road we will probably be getting the standard version coming out. So that's just one of those telltale signs. Why wouldn't they? And so this is how it should have been from the get-go. This is what Cobra Island should have been in the first place. But looking at Recondo, I think he looks great. Also, just awesome. Has that signature part of his hat is flipped up, and so just like the original toy and all of that. And it's kind of cool that they're leading with the Tiger Force on this one. So those people that aren't in on Tiger Force will probably have to wait. And if you don't like Tiger Force and you don't want to be part of it, but you do want Recondo, I suggest you wait. But then again, there's still no guarantees that they're going to make the standard, but it's 99.999% guaranteed, not 100%. Now we get into the Tiger Force bazooka, which again, I'm expecting a standard bazooka out of this. Now they did talk about how they did the chest split a little different. I think they called it, I forgot what they called it, stacking. They called it stacking, where the articulation for his chest to his abdomen area and how that's different. So that was one thing they discussed. And of course, it shows his helmet on here. It shows his backpack, not his accessories, not his bazooka, not Bazooka's bazooka, but his classic number 14 there. Looks really good. Pretty much what I would expect. And as you could look, he does seem like he's got kind of a beefier face, as you'd expect from the character. So a lot of really good things going on with this. Now, I've never heard of this guy before, but he's called Kamakura. And so, anyway, it's a ninja. Ninjas sell a green ninja, so it'll work. I'm guessing. So, it looks pretty cool. Looks pretty interesting. I don't know much about the lore, but here's the thing. This is the reason why I collect G.I. Joe Classified, is because of my connection to the characters and my connection to the G.I. Joe. And I don't really know this guy, so I'll probably get it because it's a ninja, but definitely not doing the one to keep sealed and one to open kind of thing like I do with the rest of them. Now, this one was the one I was waiting for because I was interested in seeing how it came out. I think it came out great. This is Dr. Mindbender. Now, he looks really good. I love the purple. I love the gray and the black and all the colors on there. I love his monocle. They said they upgraded the monocle, so I don't really know how upgraded the monocle could be. But the stash works. The facial expression is awesome. So, pretty cool looking. And he looks like he's got a vintage Kenner Darth Vader cape on. But I'm sure in hand, when you have the actual figure, it's going to look even better than this render. I think the render won't do this one justice, because getting to see whatever they tampograph on the back of the cape and all that kind of stuff and all that detail. Just look at all the detail in the forums and all that. So really a great one. I'm glad they're putting it out. And I've always liked Dr. Mindbender. And some people are like, well, I don't care about Dr. Mindbender. But I personally do. I just thought it was a cool figure back in the day. And it's a cool figure today. So we got into seeing Stalker in real world. So I have to say that I feel like Stalker's a bit lackluster of a release. Not that the character's lackluster, but I'm not exactly excited about it because I think they did a better job with what they did with the Walmart release. I think this Stalker that's selling at Walmart for $2 looked better. I like the coloration of it better. Maybe I kind of like the face sculpt better on this. I like pretty much everything on this figure better than what they're doing on Classified. But I might not be the same opinion. Mine might be different than other people's opinion or whatever. But this one looks better, and for $2. Now, I do want to say on a side note, though, Stalkers being $2 all over Walmart might be the clue that the 4-inch retro is completely over at Walmart, and we're just going to go into Classified retro. So, I wanted to make that transition and kind of show you that picture so you can see this picture here. The muted colors, he almost looks like he's wearing a gray instead of a green, and some people like that, some people don't. I am not a fan. Now, I do want to say about this Stalker, though, is that it looks like there might be some sort of reuse on this for a lot of other characters, and I don't look that close. Maybe parts were reused, but I heard this was supposed to be an all-new mold. So this all-new mold, if it was truly an all-new mold, could be used for other characters down the line, so that's interesting too. But change the colors up, and I'm not a fan of the head sculpt. I do like how the weapon storage is on the back. So now we're getting to see these figures that were rendered before actually having weapons with them. So that's pretty cool. We get to see how it all works and to see it in real world form. And overall, the design of the figure's fine. I don't like the muted colors. So getting into more renders that we saw before that are now real world figures. And we've got Tomax and Zaymont. We have the Crimson Twins, and they look great. I don't see what they could have done to improve them. You got twins that still kind of carry a lot of that Tom Cruise look to them, but I think they look good. I think they did a great job with them, and there I am. The accessories seem to make sense. It looks great. Here's kind of a side-by-side of both of the figures. Now, I do want to point out, these pre-orders are at BBTS for $26, Pulse for $25 if you want to pay the extra shipping, and they don't release till March of 2023, and all of that stuff, and they are separate. So not a 2-pack, but I don't think it's that bad because they're going to be shipping in the same case, and the same number of each per case is my belief, my understanding from what I saw at BBTS. So looking at this, though, side by side, they do look great. They're going to look awesome on the shelf, and I don't know anybody that's just going to want to buy one. If you just want to buy one, and you're one of those people, which one? So I did this screen grab. It doesn't look that great, but it kind of shows all the packaging for the retro line for the 6-inch at the Walmart, which is going to be coming up. And so we can see in there the Lady J, the Baroness, and I think out of this whole set, The shining one is Marine or Gung Ho. So I like that guy. I'm definitely picking that guy up. He's going to be my Gung Ho. And Destro doesn't look bad. So not a bad set of retro if that's how they're going to do it, and they're just going to kind of repackage them and give people a shot that don't get a chance to get them. But I can tell you, I keep seeing Gung Ho, the old version, on Target shelves a lot. I guess that means that Alley Vipers and Bats have been there. So looking at 3 of these, they are going to cost $90. And if you were to say $20 per figure, then that would be $60. But now they're $25 a figure, so that's $75. And $90, so $15 to get some accessories. Well, what accessories are we going to get? We're going to get this, blast effects and stuff like that, for $15 in a 3-pack. So this set is a blessing and a curse because A, it's going to cost too much, but the counter to that is that you actually get Vipers, right? You're not going online and paying $50 to $75 per Viper. Now you're only paying $25, $30 a Viper, and here it comes in the box. Now here's another negative. The box is numbered 47. So if you already have Vipers and say, hey, I don't want this Viper Commander or whatever, or Viper Officer, then you miss out on a completist. If you're a completist, you're like, man, I'm missing number 47 now. I guess I got to spend $90 to get number 47, and I already have 22 Vipers that I've paid $50 a piece for. So there's a lot of issues with this. This should have been much cheaper, and it should have been more bare bone, in my opinion. What do you think? Next, we get into the crossover. This is the Megatron and Baroness. So Megatron turns into his tank. Baroness fits in there, and obviously they said that the his tank was more or less designed first. So like they wanted the his tank to look like a his tank. They wanted Baroness to fit in there, and everything to work with G.I. Joe first, and then of course the Megatron second. So when you think about it like that, you obviously say, nice looking his tank, cool that it transforms, and for the budget price of $90, you get a transforming Megatron that looks like this and a Baroness. So kind of crazy, interesting idea. Not sure. See, the Half the Battle Toys was making a Soundwave that did this already, so it was going to be much smaller, and it was only going to fit small little bitty figures, not full 3.75 inch. So I don't know whatever happened to that idea. And here we go with the inside of the packaging. When you open it up, she is going to have a full card back, and that's good, and it's going to look very retro, but maybe not retro enough. So looking at this, you can see that it's got a bubble bump out. Even though the main part of the bubble looks pretty good or pretty close to original, it's bumped out at the base too. So really strange how they're going about all of this. I don't know why they're doing it like that, but that's how they choose to do it. And I guess it's okay. You could say, okay, it looks close enough to the original vintage, but the vintage collectors still get theirs. All right, so they showed this set of officers that we've already seen in renders. Now this is the real life, real packaging and all that kind of stuff. And it's $42 for the set, so it's $2 more expensive than it was with the Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes set. Now, if you're troop building these, I bought 2 sets. I pre-ordered 2 sets, and it was like $96 shipped. I don't know how big of an army I'm going to go with these, but if you try to go get them off eBay, like one with a broken thumb and a broken crotch and beat up looking, and it's going to be like 20, 30, 40 bucks. So I guess it's not a bad price, but if you still look at it from a manufacturing standpoint, it's massive price gouging. Sticking with that scale right there, we have, I guess, more of the reaction figures coming. Now, the reaction figures do look good. I do like them, and I actually like this Snake Eyes the most. So I'm glad I didn't get any of the reaction Snake Eyes. I'll probably pick this one up if I find a sale. I mean, I'm not $18 each, man. I'm not in on that $18 each, but some of these really do look that good. They really do look good enough, but not worth $18. But I'm hoping GameStop starts carrying these like they did with the Transformers. If they do, that would be awesome. But I think that was GameStop was carrying them as Think Geek spillover. So we have IDW making some more comics here, and this is going to be very, very classic, and they called it Saturday Morning, or whatever, something along those lines. So pretty cool, along with the 40th anniversary, and it's going to be, Larry Hama's working on this stuff, so great story, I'm sure, and excellent art. And then when you look at this, the front of this, there's the 40th anniversary special cover art and all this great stuff. Now, also what's going along with this is the fact that They are making cover art that uses classified figures. If that's something cool that you're into, then you might want to start looking for those. And they say looking for this wherever you buy your comics. There's also a HasLab update with this Wayne Ruthell. And so this was a guy that was featured on the artwork of the Sky Striker. And he never really had a file card. Now he's got a file card. So that was something they felt was really important. And now he never had a figure. A file card, from my understanding. So now he's got a figure and a file card if you ordered the HasLab. Overall, I think the live stream was okay. It was way too long, and they spread out way too long, and I really felt like they should have kind of done it in segments, like all of the classified in one segment, and then anything O-ring in one segment, and then just broke it up into segments. I really felt like they should have done that. They should have come out the gate, just given us what we wanted. And so it was a long... I'm sure I missed a lot of points, because it was long. I don't really like the way they do those things, but that's why I make these videos. Quick, concise, to the point. I help you out. Hope you like this. Hope it helped. Like, subscribe. Tadira Hanger out.